podcast yourself? Oh,
Okay, yeah, it's live now. What's up? All right, it's another beautiful day to be alive with the Whiteboard podcast. White Whiteboard podcast. Okay, so today we got Abizer telling us about his project from Seed. So what's
hey
up, Abizer? How are you
guys.
day? How's your day, man?
Yeah, I'm doing great. So basically, my project for Seed is I created a holographic display, and it plays a game of heads and tails. So I'm just gonna share my screen. Oh, it's disabled.
I can make, hold on, let me make you a co-host.
Hi.
All right, you should do it now. You do
Yep.
it?
All right. So this is basically my demo video. So I made two projects actually. I made a keyboard as well, a mechanical keyboard. In this one, it's just the PCB itself and some soldered switches, just to show that it works. So I'm just gonna, let it rip.
Wait, it actually is a hologram?
Yeah. Can you hear the video?
Nope.
Uh, Actually, you just need to see the thing work. You don't need to hear my audio. It's cringe anyways.
Uh,
So yeah, this has the microcontroller. Those are Cherry MX blue switches, and that's the PCB right there. That's my laptop right there, and that's the game called Snake. So I'm like pressing the buttons. The
oh,
aspect
so you
ratio is
basically
really
made a
weird.
controller?
Yeah,
That's what's up. That's cool.
yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
So did you use any of the parts from Seed? Because I know that Seed has a few parts that you can use.
No, I didn't. I didn't really know how to use some of Seed's parts. Like a lot of parts on Seed's website aren't like Seed specific, so I just bought them for like cheaper on Amazon.
Ah,
The things that are Seed specific, like the cloud stuff that they have, like they have some microcontrollers that are like that can connect to Wi-Fi or cloud. I don't know how to use any of that stuff yet, so I'm just gonna learn more and hopefully I'll find an application for that. But yeah, this PCB was bought from Seed. So
okay.
yeah,
So the PCB board was you bought that from Seed, like their website?
yeah.
Okay.
Their Fusion PCB service like got this for me, so it's pretty nice.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go to the holographic display. So it's my second project. So again, this is another Arduino. That's a keypad. That's a square pyramid with the top cut off. So it's just a cross section of a square.
Okay.
So basically, when I put it on top of the phone, there's going to be four images on each side, which creates a hologram at the center of the pyramid.
I
So
gotta
right
see
now,
that.
yeah, I'm just gonna connect the Arduino to the phone first. So now when I press one or two, it's heads or tails. So one is heads, two is tails, three is for the result on the phone, and
Okay.
four is to reset. Just gonna, okay. And then I press three, and as you can see, it has four images on each side. So you can see a hologram in
Oh,
the
okay, I
center.
see it now.
So my goal with this was to create an interactive display. Like, so with this particular display, right, it's usually seen as a gimmick among the holographic community. Like most people don't see this as anything special. Like, because I'm putting a 3D, like I'm making a 3D object into a 2D image rather than what holograms do, which is a 3D image of a 3D object. So I'm
Right.
not at that advanced part yet, but basically, um, this display, like its biggest malfunction in a sense is that you can't interact with it. Like for example, if I put my So uh, see, like I can't do anything with my finger in there, right? Like
Right.
so.
I mean, you can tell with the actual hologram, anyways. And I'm not sure how far they are in the holographic display.
Yeah.
You know how far
So
they are? Because I don't.
because so here's the thing. Let me search up something. So holographic displays volumetric. Volumetric. So let's see. So like they've gone pretty far.
Wait, that actually exists?
Yeah. See. Can you hear the audio from YouTube? Or
Nope.
so I'm just gonna show you the part that's like relevant. So so this is an actual hologram. It projects a holographic image. So as you can see over here, this is like an actual 3D volumetric display, right? Because you can see the volume of this figure instead of it just being a 2D image stuck on
Right.
a 3D plane. So this is like how far some of the research has gone, basically.
But then also, like, if you look at old movies with holograms,
Yeah,
they're usually like the way you did it. Like, if you look at, I think it was Superman, they
yeah,
use like the ice to make it a two-dimensional like hologram.
yeah. So yeah, they've gone pretty far actually. There's also this. Okay, so there's also this one thing. Let's see, acoustic acoustic volumetric display. So
I'm gonna do something with guitars because I play guitar. You know, so I'm like,
yeah. So basically, what it does is that there's all these speakers on the. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back here. So these are like a bunch of speakers on the top and bottom, and basically what happens is that they send like huge pulses of sound, and that traps a bead in the middle. And when the sound interacts with the bead, you can basically push the bead wherever you want on any position in a three-dimensional way, and that basically allows you to move the bead at high speeds, like over here, and that creates images in real time. And basically, um, other displays like this can also change the color of the bead because the sound. I don't know how the science works specifically, but it changes the color due to the way that the sound interacts with that bead in the air. So it's
sounds like you did
pretty.
your homework though. Sounds like you did your homework, man.
Yeah, I
That's
wanted to create this stuff like initially because like this is very close to an actual hologram, but I'm very limited. This like requires like $1,000 setups, to be
and we're
honest.
broke teenagers.
Yeah, I'm a broke teenager. So yeah, with my demo video. Let's see, like over here.
Well, personally, I do like it. It's you worked with what you had,
Yeah,
but then you made it cool. Like imagine if like you can have an AI, like as a teenager, have an AI,
yeah,
but have it his or her body in there.
yeah, yeah. That's
That's the first thing that came to my mind because I'm working on building an AI right now.
I see.
So I was wondering if I can make it a body because I was planning on putting it in my other phone, but now I'm thinking making a hologram.
I see. Yeah.
But there's a last skill that I don't have.
Yeah. So with AIs, the one thing I've learned is that you see this Arduino right here. You can actually upload the AI onto the Arduino instead of running it on a cloud server, and that makes it like specific to like your use case. Like a lot of times, like
Right.
when people are making AIs on the cloud, it's like trying to use a lawnmower to get rid of like one piece of weed. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like so this allows you to crunch the data a lot faster. It only takes 5 minutes to set up like initially, and then like you can run the AI however you want without having to have it be connected to the cloud or
Right.
Bluetooth, for example.
My thing was I want to have an AI
Uh-huh.
assistant and I want to
I
name him
see.
Frank.
Yeah,
I don't know why Frank, just Frank, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But it was like I wanted him like to control like all my schedules
yeah,
and all like my timesheets and all my podcast scheduling and all my class scheduling and meeting schedules because I have a lot of meetings during the week and I
Yeah.
always don't want to put them manually because sometimes I'm lazy.
Yeah, that would be very that would be amazing. Like if you actually do that, like send it. I'll be your first buyer, to be honest.
Fat.
Like I could use some of that too. Um, yeah. Have you used Alan AI before?
I
I was
think I
initially
have.
gonna I was initially gonna go with them. One sec. Let's see. It's not letting me create a new tab. Let's see. Okay, that should help. Okay, so Alan AI. So like it's basically a voice platform, right? But like you can so basically you can create a website, right? Or any sort of app, and it basically is like an API that you can put inside your app. So this is like a
Right.
pre-made API, pre-made AI actually that will
Wait. Oh, wasn't a Alan AI an employer this year or
yeah,
last year? It was this year.
yeah, Alan AI there's an internship with Alan AI this year. Yeah. I was initially gonna go with them, but like see just like so I had a huge interest in like electrical engineering, and C just made more sense to me because I don't really know much about AI and creating websites and stuff yet. Like I'm still learning, so this felt like it was a little too advanced for me, so I went with Seed instead. But like, yeah, so you can basically create, so you create a web app or any sort of application, and then you just add this into it and you have a voice assistant. Another thing
Right.
you can do is turn that voice assistant into like you can convert the voice into text, so you can so it can display notifications or stuff like that as well. For example,
Right. Like Siri.
yeah, like voice to text sort of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like I want to have
Yes.
my own Alexa or like Google.
Yeah.
Must be Frank. Hey Frank, turn off my lights.
Yeah. So like there, I think there's other AIs like Alan AI as well, but I think there's some people who have used Alan AI before in the PilotCity community. So like
Definitely. A
talk
lot of
to
people.
them, like they can probably like help you out with that.
I'll definitely ask them. Hopefully I get to like help some of them with their projects.
Yeah.
So why did you choose Seed?
Why did I choose Seed? So when so first of all, I thought I like I get paid. Like I didn't really care what I chose. I just want to get paid.
I
Like when
think
it came,
that's all of our first answers. To be honest, that was all of our first answers when we get
yeah,
asked why would we choose something. We thought we were going to get paid.
yeah, yeah. Um, Also because like I've always like loved using Arduinos and stuff. Like so like when I got into like Arduino, like I bought that Arduino like 4 years ago, and I didn't use it for like 2 years because I didn't know how to, right? And then like I learned like over the last 2 years, and basically I gained a huge interest. So I first started by making a printing machine. So I think I have a video of that. So let me just go to Facebook real quick. Um, think I think I put it on Facebook. I don't know. Actually, um,
I honestly don't know any teenagers that use Facebook.
huh?
I honestly don't know any teenagers who still use Facebook.
No, no. Like it was for the clubs at my school. Like they made Facebook accounts instead of like
Oh,
they're very old school to say the least.
all of our stuff on Instagram.
I never use Facebook. It's so irrelevant. Yeah. Basically, I deleted the video of me making a printer, like a printer, like so it basically prints stuff. I think I have the disassembled project. So just give me a second. I'll be back
All
in a
right,
second.
onto a black screen.
All right, I'm back. So this is basically a printer. So it has two stepper motors, actually three. And basically what it does is that, wait, look, one second. So basically what it does is that it moves in an X and Y axis, and then there's this pencil holder for the Z axis. One sec.
Oh, I get it now.
Yep. And then when it moves down like that on the
Right.
paper, right? So it basically plots stuff. And
So basically, kind of like a 3D printer.
yeah, it's like a printer. Yeah.
It's a 2D, 3D printer.
Yep.
That's cool. I remember like one time, I think it was sixth grade,
Uh-huh.
and it was sixth grade middle school. I was in the maker club, and we had like 2 3D printers in our school, and we
Yeah.
turned our 3D printer into a pancake printer.
Yeah. Yeah, I always wanted to do mods at the 3D printer at my school too. Like I wanted to like print metal and like wood and stuff. Like there's like filaments that allow you to do that. But like my 3D printers like at school don't support it. So yeah.
I want to
But,
3D
like,
print a lightsaber.
yeah, dude, that was a dream, dude. I like as a kid, I always wanted a lightsaber, like
I have
everywhere.
2,
Yeah, but
but
I
they're good
thought
ones
like,
that you throw.
oh, nice, yeah. Like, and I wanted like I didn't want the ones that like had no lights and stuff. Like I wanted that RGB,
Right.
right? Like,
I want those electronics.
yeah, I made all the sound. Like,
Right. That's the best part.
exactly.
Like, if you look at some of the interviews from Star Wars, Ian McGregor could not do. He could not like. He can do a scene without going. He can do it.
Yeah,
It was tremendous.
yeah.
I couldn't either.
Like, lightsaber was like one of the things I wanted. That and like Power Rangers. Like I was big into Power Rangers.
Oh, don't get me started. Wait, how old are you?
I'm 16.
Okay, so you would know. So like when we were younger, I was like I'm grown, but when we were younger, like we had Power Rangers Samurai.
Yeah, dude, Samurai and Super Samurai, just OG best.
Oh, exactly. I wanted the sword. I want the sword. I want to learn how to do.
Dude, I wanted everything, bro. Like everything they sold, I wanted that.
Exactly.
I feel like that's like the best one out of all of them.
Oh, the morpher phones. Come on now.
Morphophones, like
You know how like they had the morpher and like it would turn to our phone and like they can do the.
Oh yeah. And the black box, bro. Remember the black box?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That. See,
Dude.
this is that. Those are good. Those are good kid shows.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like that. I always wanted to make my own Power Rangers thingy, like transform into a suit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
you should. Okay, so when I was younger, I didn't have a Jedi robe, so we went to Six Flags like every summer, and I would like buy a lot of capes and rip them apart and then sew them back together to make a Jedi robe.
Oh, dude. Okay, I had the same experience, but with Harry Potter wands. Yeah. So like, I went to Disneyland once, right? And like, I went to the Harry Potter like world, and like, basically everybody had a wand except me. I was pissed, bro. Like, I was like on the rides, and like they just like waving their wands around, and like magic stuff would happen. Like basically, so like we're in a roller coaster, right? Like Disney just like blew my expectations out of the water.
That's Universal Studios. Disney does not have Harry Potter.
Huh?
Disney doesn't have Harry Potter. That's Universal Studios.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Universal Studios. So like they basically blew my mind. Like so like you know how like in a roller coaster like you just like move around and it's done, right? Like
yeah.
And then there's some interactive stuff. But like here, like you wave your wand around and you make spells and like shit actually happens like on the real screen. Like as you're in the roller coaster.
Patronum.
Yeah, dude, and like Voldemort would like fly across the room or something. Like it was insane. And I was that guy that didn't have the wand. And I'm just like begging my parents, like, come on, man, I want a wand. And then like they didn't give me, and then they didn't buy it because like it was like hella expensive, I think.
How much was it? Like
$200? It was like $40-$50.
That's it?
Like I don't know. Like they thought of it like as a wooden stick. Like that's what they thought of it as. So they were like,
yeah, really? I can understand that. Like
yeah, they're like, come on, it's like $50 for a wooden stick. I'm just like, come on, man, it's more
than
that.
Go chop down a tree and get a lot of wooden sticks for free.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they said, and I'm just like, I was so sad. So basically, what I did is I like I didn't pick up wooden sticks. I stole like a wand from the Halloween. Like, so basically on Halloween there was these pens that like had an LED at the end, and they made it look
Oh,
like a Harry Potter wand. So like, I stole that and I tried to like make something interactive out of that. So like, you know how like there's this thing called an LDR.
yeah.
Basically it's a light detecting resistor. So like
Mhm.
when there's more light, the resistor goes low. So I tried to like make something interactive out of that. It didn't really work out, but like yeah, I was basically like tearing apart wands and like trying to like,
You know,
you
I was
know,
happy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I
like
was
I was
happy. I had my own Harry Potter one, my makeshift Harry
yeah,
Potter one. It like that sometimes. When your parents don't make it, when your parents don't get you things, you gotta go DIY.
yeah. And okay, so here's the thing. Recently, I saw a video of someone in Universal Studios going to the Harry Potter ride. He didn't have the wand. He just said the spells and they worked.
What?
Yeah.
I was reading
So,
that earlier.
dude, I exactly. I was like, I was so pissed. I was like, man, I was like making all these makeshift wands so that when I go to Disneyland or like
I
Universal
can feel
Studios, like,
included. I can feel included.
yeah. And then like now you're telling me you could have just said the spell and like
Like I don't need. Like I don't need to buy the one. I can just say it.
I could just say it. Like that kind of ruins the point, but like I'm happy he made that video, to be honest.
All right. Like that
Yeah.
sometimes. Like I was trying to build a speaker and I thought it was super hard.
Yeah. Wait, you tried to make your
Uh,
own speaker?
oh, I was trying to build a speaker and
Yeah. Yo, Timmy, you froze. Oh.
the Bluetooth thing out of that,
Hey,
and I
Tim, you froze. You froze out. Could you
I
repeat what you
froze.
said?
Okay, so I watched a YouTube video of this guy making a speaker
Yeah.
and a Bluetooth speaker, and I have some broke Bluetooth earbuds. So I had some. I
Yeah.
tried to make it and I burned my finger.
Oh
That's
no. Wait,
it was
while you were like soldering or something, like how'd you
yeah. I
burn?
was trying to solder it
Yeah.
and I burned my finger.
Yeah, dude, I have like all these scars from like soldering. Dude, like okay, so here's the thing. I solder at a really high temperature. Like I go like 400 degrees Celsius when I'm soldering.
Ooh,
Now that's bad for the PCB, and it's like, but like it gets it done really quick. Like I'm like touching it for like a millisecond and it's done, right? Like it's really fast. So
yeah. So is your fingers. So is your skin. They're burning. They're
yeah,
done.
but like now
There's
I like
diesel.
so basically when I'm so it takes longer for the solder to cool down, like for the soldering iron to cool down once I'm done, because it was
Right.
at such a high temperature. So this one time, right? So what happened is that I accidentally put some water on my soldering iron. Now, usually that's not a problem, all right? Because I could just dip it in some flux, right? And it's good as new. But it was at 400 degrees Celsius, all
Wait,
right?
you just got done using it?
Yeah, not right now. Like it was like a few days ago that
No,
this
like
happened.
before you put in the water, like you just get done using it.
No, I was using it. So I did it right, and then like so basically there's a sponge that is supposed to be soaked in water that you put your soldering iron into to clean it.
Right.
But like there was too much water in the sponge, so like when I put it in the sponge, like there's water all over the thing, and right it just oxidized so fast, and then the metal just dripped, like the metal of the soldering iron itself, like the pin, right, like that just like melted, and it
You
just like
melted the pin?
yeah, and it fell on my hand.
Ooh,
Dude, that hurt so bad. I was like squealing, bro. Like disclaimer, if you're a beginner and you're soldering, start at like 200. Buy low melting solder or something. Like you don't want to mess around with
you
400
don't.
degrees. We
It
don't.
hurts.
Dude,
When you first start out, it's gonna burn you sometimes.
yeah, like I had some decent experience with like I had bad experiences with
Yeah.
soldering irons before. So I thought like I had it, but then like it's 400 degrees. So yeah, now I just do it at like 325 or 300 because I have high melting solder, like high
Uh
melting point solder. So I
only
kind of
soldering
have to
iron
do
we
it.
have is at my only soldering iron I had was at my my engineering class.
I see.
I think that I left the speaker in there. I can't find the speaker, so I'm pretty sure I left it in the class during COVID.
Oh, I see.
It's been collecting dust for like a year and a half.
Damn.
Actually, wait. Yeah, a year and a half.
Dude, that happened to our 3D printers as well. So basically what happened is that the engineering teacher at Washington, so I'm at Washington High, right? Like,
Wait,
and they
where? Washington High, where?
Fremont.
Oh, I thought you were going to say San Francisco, but
Uh,
continue.
oh, nice. You live in San Francisco. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. So basically, like, what happened is that before COVID, the engineering teacher, like, she left, and like the math teacher was put in charge of the engineering department. So he took over the class, right? And then COVID happened. So like the 3D printer just sat there for like a whole year and a half until like I got into my sophomore year, right? Like, and we like started experimenting with the printers again. I like try to set them up, and like it had so much dust and debris, and like the nozzle was clogged and everything. Like for a long time, we believed that the printers were just like helpless.
It was like the General Grievous. It's just coughing, just coughing.
Yeah, like it couldn't do anything. I thought we'd have to like buy new 3D printers, but luckily we like disassembled everything. We like started we didn't need to clean much. Like we just like got rid of the dust and stuff. And basically like we put everything back together, right? And it still didn't work as well as we thought. So basically, you know how like on YouTube videos like there's these 3D printing montages, like the guy
Yeah,
just like 3D prints something, right? Like he just like sleeps, right, the whole night, and then the 3D print's done in the morning,
right.
right? Like he could just leave it alone, and it would do its job. But like at school, we couldn't do that. Like so, this one time, I 3D printed. So I was actually 3D printing this part over here. So you see this orange part? I was
Yeah.
3D printing that. So like it was a 5 hour print initially, and what happened is that I left it and I went home like at 4 o'clock. So 2 hours into the print, it looked great. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna go. I'll be back next week, right? I came back next week. The entire nozzle is just clogged, like solder, like not solder, sorry, filament just everywhere, oozing, right? Like we thought we'd have to buy a new 3D printer. Like that's how bad it was.
Oh, wait, you left it there. Okay, so you left it over the weekend, right?
Yeah.
So it's oozing for 2 days.
No. Like so, like the filament, like it was all dried up, like at that point. But like
Okay.
basically, what would have happened is that this. So you know how like there's supposed to be a first layer, right? Like on a
Yeah.
3D print. So like what happens is that if the nozzle is too hot and the bed is too cold, right? What will happen is that the 3D print will start to warp. So the first layer will like get off the bed, and then the print will just move around, and that's bad because then the
Right.
3D printer can't tell where it's supposed to put the filament, right? So like basically like there's filament just like all over the place, and then like what would have happened is that the nozzle would have been clogged with all this filament, and like basically I wish I took pictures at the time, but like it looked nasty, right, when I came back. And like we had to like basically turn on the 3D printer, melt everything, get it get it out, and then the 3D printer still wouldn't work, basically. And we still had working issues, but like, and I thought we'd have to buy another 3D printer, or at least a new nozzle. But the thing is, those units, like they were proprietary. So like the company, like they created their own nozzles or like their own module with the nozzles in
That's
them.
the iPhone of 3D printers.
Yeah, basically. Right? Like that's and it's like $240. And I'm just like, yo, we don't have that type of money, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, so basically all we had to do was make the fan like go out a bit, like a bit further away from the nozzle. So the nozzle can maintain its temperature and there's less likely for the nozzle to clog because the filament wouldn't be cooling so fast
Right.
that it clogs the nozzle. And and then like it just started working normally. It's not like any like it's not like high quality 3D printing, but like it's good enough, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
it's
and
not, it gets the job done.
it gets the job done, yeah. And basically we didn't have to buy like three new 3D printers. So
I
yeah.
know, like, for me, I'm not gonna say I'm cheap. So like I'm not cheap. I just, if something's like really high end and
Mhm.
there's something I can get that's the same thing for less, I'm gonna get the one that's less.
Right.
And people say like it's off-brand, it's
Right.
fake, it's cheap.
Right.
But who's
I
going
almost did
broke
that
buying
too.
it? Who's in debt buying it? Tell me,
Right.
you or me?
Right. Right.
Like, I'm not buying it. I was like, when AirPods first came out, I wanted some, but I
Mhm.
wasn't paying $200 or $300 for AirPods.
Right. Right. Of course.
So I found this company that was like BlackPods,
Yeah.
and like they
Oh,
had
dude,
black
I heard of them.
AirPods.
I've heard of them. Yeah.
I forgot which company it was. I seen other like I seen like 5 companies,
Right.
but they made like similar things to AirPods. Like they work the exact same, and you could charge them in the AirPod case.
Right.
The original like Apple ones
Mm-hmm.
without their own case. So like why don't I just buy these?
Mm-hmm.
And they come in black because black's my favorite color.
Right. Yeah, I love black too.
I know, right? Like everything I have is black except for my bed and my walls.
Yeah,
But
like even for my keyboard, like I laser cut the case recently, and I'm not gonna like start building it until I get my black spray paint, and like I just coat it matte black. You know what I'm saying?
right, like I'm making a guitar. Me and my friend have a guitar business where we create custom
Yeah.
guitars. I'm making one like a black and neon wolf design on my
Yeah.
guitar.
Yeah.
So that's my next project, but we'll get to that after.
All
But
right.
it was like, what was I saying? I was trying to thought.
You were talking about black AirPods, basically.
Oh yeah, it was like they're matte black AirPods. So I bought those. All right, so basically the black AirPods, I bought them,
Mm-hmm.
and then my friend they said they were fake. I said, how are they fake? They're right here. They're
Right.
physical. I can touch them. I can kiss them. I can throw them. They're not gonna go through the wall. So like that's how I feel about things like that.
Right. Yeah. So I almost okay. So here's the thing. When it came to wireless earbuds, like I wanted to buy the fake AirPods, but like the thing is, there were. Okay. Yeah. So basically, I was gonna buy them, but the thing is that at the time, like for the black AirPods, right? Like there weren't any black AirPods, like from Apple. So like they would have known that it was like kind of fake. So like I went with like a cheaper model. Like the thing is, I don't have high standards. All I wanted was like Bluetooth earbuds that I can put in my ear. Like, that's all. I
Right.
don't I don't need the Apple branding. I don't even have an Apple phone for the AirPods themselves. Right? Like
Right.
unless I'm like part of that ecosystem, I just don't see the point in buying AirPods.
Right.
And like then the pros came out. I was like, yo, can I was ready to rob a bank for those, bro. Like they had active noise canceling, transparency mode. Like the specs were pretty nice on that, but it was like $300. Like
I'm not paying that
holy,
much.
I
There's
don't think
no need for me to pay $300 for a piece of Bluetooth things that I will blast and it will burn out within like 2 months.
right, right.
Because I blast music. I know it's not good, but I have to blast music to concentrate, or my grades will start dropping.
Yeah. I personally like listen to this thing called lofi music. Like it's very calm,
Lo-fi?
right? Yeah, yeah,
Me too.
it helps me like concentrate. Like, but yeah, I don't. I feel like normal music is a little too distracting. Like lyrics, like when I pay attention to lyrics a lot. Like I love lyrics, and that's why I
Same
love
here.
listening to rap. That's why I love listening to like a lot of like American music. Like lyrics, like they like people here get it right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
like for
So
me,
so distracting.
I go ahead. You can go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Or like, okay, instead of lo-fi, I listen to lo-fi. I listen to guitar lo-fi, but I also listen to orchestra music because
Hmm.
I play multiple instruments.
Hmm.
So I have listened to like Beethoven, Mozart, and then I forgot other ones that I can't remember their names. They're on my playlist somewhere.
Yeah.
But like I listen to those while I do work, and like that will distract me too because like I'll be like, Jesus Christ, that was clean.
I know, right? Like classical music just hits different. Okay, so here's the story. So I was listening to some classical music, right? And basically, I listen to the piano versions because I play piano and I love
That's
piano.
what's up.
Like it's very chill, it's very calm, right? And basically, I came up on a video, right? And I was like, oh, Beethoven, right? I just listened to the video, and it was like a jazz version of like for Elise. And like I was just like, so it started out normal, right? So I
I
was
see
just like
that.
concentrating, getting my homework done. And then it blasted the jazz version, and I'm just like dancing. Like I got up and I just like started dancing, like instinctively, bro. Because I already love jazz music, right? Like jazz
It's
music,
tremendous.
yeah, it's amazing. And I'm just like up off my seat. I couldn't concentrate at all. Like I spent like a whole hour just listening to like every like merge between like classical and jazz music, like every one of them. And then like I forgot to do my homework basically.
Oh, you can't. Okay, here's one thing. I can't play the physical. I love Led Zeppelin.
Mhm.
Oh, Led Zeppelin. If I was born in the 70s, please, it's over.
Yeah.
All right. So like I love Led Zeppelin. They have this one album,
Hmm.
Physical Graffiti.
Hmm.
The first song, Custard Pie. The drum in there, it makes you want to jump out a window.
Yeah.
Makes you want to slap somebody. You're
Yeah.
like, Jesus, I can't finish anything. Like that. Doom, doom, tss, tss, boom, tss. I'm like, good, I can't concentrate. Now
Yeah.
I gotta go play the guitar with it.
Yeah. It's just like it's so amazing. It really is. Yeah. So that's why like I kind of stopped listening to music while I did homework, other than like lo-fi, of course.
Right.
Like unless it's like very calm, it's very chilling, then like it kind of boosts my concentration. But like other music is just really distracting. You know what I'm saying? It's just so
I
good.
know, right? I can't listen to Zeppelin. I can't listen to Black Sabbath. I can't listen to James Brown. I can't listen to
Hmm.
Drake. I can't listen to 3 Days Grace. I can't listen to ACDC. I can't listen to those while I'm doing homework because they
Yeah.
put me in that different mood, that
Right.
beast mode. I listen to that before wrestling meets or before
Yeah.
football games.
Right. Right. Yeah. Like, dude, okay. I've always, you know how like movies like basically like you enter, like the main character enters, and like there's like rap music or like any sort of like hype music just like
Right.
accompanying them. Dude, I wish like so this one time I was in school, right? So like I entered a class and I was like blasting rap music, and I just like felt so amazing, bro. Like like all my
Like,
classmates heard it because like my earbuds were like they were really loud like back then. Like right now they're pretty chill, but like I had it like at full volume. I thought I was the only person who could hear myself, right? But like no, like everybody like just heard and was just like looking at me like, well, yo, what are you
you
playing?
walk in like who's better than me? You know what I'm saying? I'm walking in there,
Yeah,
got my backpack on, I'm ready to do school. Like who's better
yeah,
than me? And like, what's wrong with him?
yeah,
What's wrong with this man? I walk in
yeah.
it. Okay, so at our school, like it's a flat school. There's like all the
Mhm,
buildings are separated. So you
mhm,
have the hallways and then like a piece of grass or like some glass between it.
mhm.
So like when I would come from orchestra, like orchestra's in the front of the school. Like,
Right.
okay, say this is the front of the school, and
Mhm.
then it would go like that, and it would go all the way over there to the back.
All right.
So I would have to go to the front of the school from the back of the school to get to
Oh,
orchestra, and then I have to go all the way back farther to get to the 800 halls.
oh,
So I would like listen to like songs, like I would have to put on Stairway to Heaven,
right. Oh,
Back in
dude,
Black,
yes,
Hell's
yes.
Bells, Whom the Bell Tolls, Enter Sandman before I walk into that class, before I walk my engineering class,
Yeah,
because like I was kind of one of the class leaders.
I see.
I had to make sure my mind was mentally stable to handle all these children that don't want to listen in class at all. I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you, our class, no one wanted to listen at all.
Yeah, okay, so I got kind of lucky. Like a lot of people in my class, like they're genuinely like very like appreciative, and they're very interested in what they do. Like they made some crazy projects. Like for example, this one guy, he made a lamp. He's also part of the internship. So he basically he wanted to pay like he wanted to help families pay respect to their like to people who like passed away. I don't know who he was working for. Yeah, so basically like what he did is he made a lamp, right? And then he had the handprint of the dead person on the lamp. So the lamp was like clean acrylic, and like it was
Ooh,
laser etched, and it looked so amazing. And with
uh,
like and with like white lights, right? Making it look heavenly as fuck. Like it was just It was just amazing.
Yeah, bro.
It
You
looked
know
so
what?
professional.
He should be getting a deal with like a morgue or something. This is like, dang, this got really dark. But he should like get a deal with a morgue and sell
Uh-huh.
those.
I see. Wait. Okay,
That
could you
feels
say that
good.
again? I didn't understand what you're saying.
Like the morgue or like the
Uh,
people who do the funerals.
yeah.
He should do a deal with them, like and sell them there. He just sell them there. Like,
Oh, I see.
but how do you get the handprints?
Oh, how they get the handprints? I think, like on some, I actually don't know. I should ask them, but I'm thinking like my theory is that some documents require handprints.
Fingerprints, I know. Pretty
Fingerprints,
sure,
I
yeah.
know, but like for example, you know how like babies like for their birth certificate they have like a handprint.
Right.
Like maybe they use that and just like made it bigger so it looked like an adult
Probably.
hand. I don't know, but yeah, like that's actually a interesting question. Like, how did they get that?
Like he worked for CSI with that.
Yeah,
Like getting handprints off of nowhere.
yeah, that that, that is pretty morbid. But like, yeah, it looked amazing because the way like like if you engrave on acrylic, it creates this white like effect, and plus the transparency. Like I was like, you know what? If I'm creating a trophy, like I'm definitely using laser cut acrylic.
He,
Like it just hits
I'm gonna use
different.
that for my guitar. You know what? I'm gonna use that for a guitar.
Yeah, it's just so good.
Oof. I think that's all the time we got.
I Joe, this was
All right.
amazing, man. Like for by the way, to whoever who's listening, this is my first podcast. I was kind of nervous, but like it's basically like a normal conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
that's all podcast is. It's a
yeah, it's
conversation,
pretty
man.
chill, right? I should do this more often, but like
You
yeah,
should. You know what? If I plan to start my personal podcast. I
yeah.
like I would love to have you like a co-host, like a guest, a multiple time guest.
Yeah. Okay. I'd be down for that. I'd be down for
That
that. Yeah. Thank you so much for inviting me. And to the audience who's listening. So, whoever like saw my demo video, like do like and subscribe to that. I might post more content. I shouldn't say it
I
selfishly
think you
plug
have to
myself.
like. I think you might have to see. I have to see. I think you might have to for the summer. I'm pretty sure with your project. I'm pretty sure you're getting in. I'm pretty sure because your project was tremendous.
Thanks, bro.
I'm not trying to like hype him up, but it was. It honestly, it was a good project.
Thanks, bro. That means a lot. That means a lot. I was so here's the thing. One last thing. The thing I'm gonna have a problem with is like trying to turn this into a product. Like this is a project, right? Like, but like trying to turn this into a product is gonna be hard because there's not a lot of people who want holographic displays. Like at least not the one that I'm gonna be advertising. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like
why don't you mix like your key? Why don't you like mix the controller with the holographic display?
the keyboard with the holographic display. That would be
Yeah,
nice. Except like okay. So here's the thing. I don't know if my keyboard works on mobile phones. I know it works on the laptop because like the laptop has like drivers, right? Like, but I don't know if it's the same on the phone. I will definitely experiment because like that way I don't have to buy like keypads and stuff. What I was thinking to like take this project to the next level is gesture controls, right? Like I do like this and that, right? And like it basically does something on the phone rather than me using a keypad or like physical
right.
buttons, right? I've seen some stuff. So yeah, definitely I'll be like stepping my stuff up. You're not like really trying to like professionalize my project. But again, thank you so much for this opportunity. I had a lot of fun talking to you, and
Me too,
yeah,
man.
see you later.
Thanks. I know I will see you. I'm trying to get you in like one of my groups for this year. You're
All right,
tremendous, man.
thank you,
Well, thank
thank
you
you,
for coming. Thank you for taking time out of your life and your day to come talk to me.
thank you.
All
Bye.
right. All right. See y'all next week.